All right. Hey guys, thank you so much for coming back together. One quick note is that the food will be taken down in 10 minutes. And so, as I'm getting started, if there's someone who wanted to grab something real quick and just have it at your table, please do that right now. Otherwise, it's going away. So let's do that. Also, I really appreciate those of you that were in the photo booth line that you put the brakes on, and we'll come back to that. Let's let those people save their place in line, right? And for those of you out in the patio, as soon as you come back in, please join us for this special tribute. Is there anyone who wants to go to the food line? Really, it's not rude.
Now they're not going to.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh yes. So Holly Key, now Holly Stark, said that 2 people got their glasses at check-in, but they left them at the table. You should have had a sticker on the back of your name tag that says you get one, but you didn't receive one. Does anybody think that might be them? Mark Tosca is one of them. We have the other one. Otherwise, we'll probably add it to the prize table. Oh, we think we have one over here. Okay, great. Awesome. One other quick note before we start the tribute. Rachel Fernandez, the teacher from Santa Rita who was here, asked me just to mention a little plug for Santa Rita because, you might have heard that it's been struggling in terms of enrollment, and they're trying to keep all their programs going. I think their football team had something like 14 players last year as an example. And so she said, if you're local and if you're in Arizona, maybe consider them for tax credit time at the end of the year. If you're going to do that state tax credit, maybe consider Santa Rita. Good old green and gold, right? I'm good. All right. So we do have a lot of fun stuff planned the rest of the night, and there will be plenty of time for lots of fun stuff. But we, right now, we do want to ask for your attention for this special tribute. It is very sad to say, but we've lost some of our fellow 1988 classmates through the years. Many of you already know who they are. If you're like me, a few of the names came as a terrible, terrible shock. The Santa Rita community is just a slice of our society. And the hard reality is, bad things happen to good people everywhere. As we celebrate tonight, let's also think about our friends who couldn't be here with us. Hopefully by now you've had a chance to take a look at the tribute table. If not, please take a look later tonight. You can walk in a circle around it. On one side we have a tribute poem and some information on the symbolism for what's at the table, which I'm going to describe. On the other side of the display are the photos of our classmates. The tribute table, as I mentioned, was put together by Holly. Thank you so much, Holly. And everything about it has importance. Except for one, the empty place represents Eagles from the class of 1988 who cannot be with us tonight. This ceremony and all the elements in the design of the table symbolize that they are still with us in spirit. Please allow me to take a moment to explain the meaning of each of the items on this special table. The shape of the table is round to represent our everlasting concern for our missing friends. The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of youth when we were all friends together, looking forward to a bright future. The single red rose displayed in a vase reminds us of the life of each of the fallen. The vase is tied with a red ribbon, a symbol of our continued determination to remember our loved ones. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope that lives in our hearts. A slice of lemon on the bread plate reminds us of their bitter fate. A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears endured by those who are missing them. The glass is inverted to symbolize their inability to share this evening's toast. The single chair is empty because they can't be with us tonight. The folded flag was bestowed as an honor upon one of our fallen Eagles. It reminds us that we're all Americans that sacrifice for our country. And I'd like to make a special mention that one of those is Holly's brother Greg, class of '87, and we remember Greg fondly. So please raise your water glasses with me right now to honor our fallen Eagles. Here's to the success of our efforts to account for all of them. Thank you. Thank you. So along with the tribute table, I was asked to compose some sort of message to honor our friends. It's hard to find the right words about someone whose life was cut short far too young. But I'd like to share it with you now. Please do not applaud. After the poem, I'm going to read off the names of each of the fallen eagles that we know of from the graduating class of 1988. If we have omitted anyone, please do accept our apologies and contact a committee member afterward. The list of names I'll be reading uses their last name from high school, and it lists them in order of their first name because that's how we knew them best. After the reading of names, please join me in a moment of silence. This poem is called Eagles for Life. Tonight is for us, but also for you. Still in our hearts, though now out of view. We grew up together, and we became friends. We never expected that journey would end. Time spent in school, at parties, at home. You were there, even when we were alone. Memories of laughter, of love, and of tears, offering a shoulder all through the years. Some we lost recently, some long ago. Words can't express how we miss you so. But our sense of loss is not just ours to bear. Many more suffer somewhere out there. A sister, a brother, a child, a spouse, a father, a mother, an empty house. Tonight, we send love to your family. We wish them healing and recovery. We celebrate you this night and beyond. Time will not break our endless bond. Through happiness, sorrow, comfort, and strife, we'll remember you always. Your Eagles for life. Chris Matson. Corey Cooper. Jamie Coffey. Javon Gilmore. Jeff Burgess. Julie Hunt. Kim Russell. Chris Curtis. Mark Lemon. Michael Lepre. Michael Martinez. Paula Hamilton. Priscilla Reinhardt. Tammy Carr. Thank you. If you'd like a copy of that poem, we'll have copies by the table. I'd be happy to share one with you. In addition to remembering those that we've lost, it's also worth celebrating those who are here. Some of you have survived incredible hardships, And we are so thankful that you made it through your challenges and that you're here with us tonight. Let's give them a hand. Whoever you are. So now, to transition into some hopefully more fun times for the evening, we're going to start some shout-outs, and that means inviting some of you up here. Before we do some of the fun ones, if anyone would like to offer a tribute to any of the people that we're remembering, we'd like to open up the mic to you now. There's no obligation or pressure, but if you feel comfortable doing so, please come on up now if you'd like to say anything about someone that we've lost.
Unprepared here, but by the way, Doug, thank you for you did fantastic here. Jeff Burgess is who I want to say something about. He was, for those of you that know me, I know nobody knows me, but for those that did, I was lucky enough to deliver papers to many people, and Jeff Burgess' family was one of them. And their family took me under their wing and was. If I stopped by to collect money, and it was dinner time, they invited me in for dinner. And Jeff would be on his drums, and the whole family would be playing in the back, and they just had a family dynamic that was different than the one I had, and I loved it. And that happened. So he was a wonderful, wonderful person. But more importantly, at our 20-year reunion. You know, and I think people have decided, you know, I've talked to many people that didn't want to come to this, and people that didn't go to the 10 years, didn't go to the 20-year, and had no good memories and didn't want to. But specifically at our 20-year reunion, I got to see him. I moved away, I had lived out of town, and we reconnected. And it happened to be that we both, in our separate lives, had 3 daughters the exact same ages. I mean, the exact same ages. And to see this smile on his face, talking about his daughters, and me just reconnecting with him was, I mean, I love my daughters. I've loved every minute of it. And to see him, I felt that way, that same way. And, you know, for those of you that have daughters, you probably know that people have come up to you and said, well, I feel sorry for you. I've heard it a lot. And I heard it when they were little. We'd be at restaurants and random people would come up to us and say, man, I feel sorry for you. And their little ears would hear that. And it would sit with them. And I would explain to them, don't listen to that guy. When I heard Jeff, he beamed with pride about his daughters. He beamed with pride. And we just enjoyed it at Chewy's. And that night before this particular event, and we just talked, and if you knew him, he had a smile ear to ear, Chad. I mean, ear to ear. I know Chad Black would be here right now, too, saying the same thing. Smile. He never had a bad day. And to get the news later that he had passed away, it just hit me. It hurt. It hurt because of these many things. But you know, to this day, I play Words with Friends with his mother every night. Every night. I'm not kidding. It showed up as a suggestion because we're connected on Facebook, and I accidentally said yes. I did. And she sent me a message, a private note saying, thank you so much. I can't believe you did this. I'm an old lady, but I will play you Words with Friends. And I did it accidentally. And I responded to her, I would love to play with you. And I've played with her for 10 years. Every night. And I felt connected. And he's missed. He's missing that family. She watches over my family. She responds to me. And it hurts me that his daughters have had to figure things out without their father. But the reality of death. But that's my sentiment about Jeff Burgess.
Hello, Santa Rita. Awesome. So I'm not. Stop. I'm a Greenway demon from Phoenix, and my best friend was Chester Bennington. We went to high school all 4 years together. I loved him very much. He was in the chorus all 4 years, and I actually gave him the encouragement to be who he was, because we had a lot of talks, me and that boy. But when I go to my Greenway class reunion in about 2 years, that will be, he was 2 years behind me, he was a sophomore and I was a senior. But, you know, when I go to my class reunion coming up, it's going to be awesome. I have a feeling it's going to be great, you know. But I'm also a veteran, so I was in 1st Airborne Airborne Division Action Helicopter Mechanic Crew Chief. And I also hold an FAA license. So I love the veterans. I love them very much. And I just wanted to also give my piece with them because, you know, the camaraderie was great.
I know we're not going to spend the whole night doing this. We're here to have a great time tonight with each other. We did have a special message from Holly.
So I actually talked to Kevin, Jamie Coffey's husband, and he saw the post about people who had needed to have assistance here and wanted to help. Jamie passed away in November and long battle of lung cancer, and he wanted to donate up to $500 towards tickets to anybody who couldn't afford to come, and that they could come and it was in her name. And so we had up to 9 tickets available. Six were given out to those up here today. And she wanted to be here at the reunion, and she loves Santa Rita, and he knew that she would want him to do that. So we actually got together a gift basket, Bobby and I. We printed a whole bunch of stuff for him, some for 87 because he was my brother's class, and it really kind of meant to me because my brother passed away, and he was an 87 in his class, and his wife passed away in our class. So we printed hats and some sweaters, and if Kevin, you're watching this, and but anyway, we have a gift basket for him, and of some just memorabilia from both classes, and we have a card. So if you want to sign it, we're going to put that in there because we really appreciated him donating those tickets because some of you wouldn't be here tonight if those weren't available. So.
Thank you, Bob. All right, so let's lighten the mood a little bit. I'm going to share a few of my own shout-outs. Oh, shucks. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Please, okay. My bad. Please come up and share your thoughts, and then I will jump back in.
All right, so my shout out is for all of the athletes of the Eagles. I married one of them. He was the year before our class, and unfortunately he has passed away. However, we all go on. And what I wanted to share with you is when I heard Mark's name, it hurt because I know that as athletes, they give their all for everything they believe in. But I think all of us equals give ourselves to whatever profession we've chosen. And I just wanted to say, you know what? You all deserve to be Eagles. Go Eagles. I'm sorry they're gone. I will forever miss them. But we have something to carry on.
I don't want to prevent anyone else from saying something special before we move on. Is there anyone else before we? Okay. So, let's talk about fun stuff a little bit. Again, the billboard back here, I'm sorry it's not lit up, but if you have anything you want to write, we can all share fun memories that way. So in my memories, I was thinking about this beforehand. I think we were the first class the last class that still had to pay for our textbooks, right? The stinking class of '89, and every class after that didn't have to pay for their textbooks. And it was like a rolling system. So like, our sophomore year, the freshmen got free books. Our junior year, freshmen and sophomores got free books. Anyway, I just remember that. I thought that kind of stunk. You guys remember the build your own burgers in the cafeteria? Like, were they trying to give us? Oh no, it wasn't really the healthiest lunch, right? Like, you get single, double, triple. You could do cheeseburger. You could do bacon cheeseburger. How about ditch days at Sabino Canyon? Right? Oh my gosh. Remember that Butch Hell Love, Hell Kisses? Does anybody remember the video we watched our freshman year as orientation to high school? What was it called? The best years of your life so far. Does that sound familiar? How many of you feel like the 4 years you spent at Santa Rita were the 4 best years of your life? Maybe Lee? Okay. Yeah. Hey, that's actually good. I thought maybe a bunch, okay, 2 of us. I thought maybe a bunch of people were going to say that. That's encouraging. That tells me you guys are happy with your life. That's awesome. Oh, I'll give one confession. I wanted to apologize if Kiki Paulos is out there anywhere. Who else had Miss Paulos for math? So one day she was just sick of Doug being a loudmouth because you could tell I talk a lot. And she said, "Doug, put a sock in it." So I took off my shoe and put my sock right in my mouth. And then poor Mr. Freed. Anybody remember Ken Freed, our math teacher?
Yes.
You remember Linda Shapiro? Right? I don't know where she is. Her older brother, Eddie Shapiro, put me up to this, I swear. But he had me flick a firecracker at Mr. Freed behind his back. Poor old guy. I mean, he was like we're honoring veterans, and this guy was like a war veteran, and I flicked a firecracker. So, if any of you were in that class with me, I just want to thank you, because I probably would have been like the class of '89 if anyone had turned me in. So, thank you very much for that. And I won't even admit to all the other stuff I did in high school.
Wait.
We did some crazy stuff.
I got something.
Chad has something. All right.
Hold on.
Good. And then, so I'm basically done, and we're going to start dancing here soon. Photo booth and all that. So, I think we're good. No?
You got away with a lot of shit in high school, that's all I got to say. Anyway. But there was one thing. Yeah, no, you are the point of this. Everybody that had Jim Ferguson Sr. for government?
Thank you, Doug. Thanks, Doug.
Doug, where were all the test scores kept?
50 cents back. 50 cents. It was 50 cents.
Doug, where were all the test scores kept? Come on.
The answer keys were in his file cabinet.
Wait! Doug's second mode of revenue in senior year of high school was distributing the key to the answer to the test of Jim Ferguson Sr. Everybody that bought it, raise your hand. No. Lisa?
Thank you, Chad. Holy crap, right? Hey, you're welcome. I'm just glad that's the only story he told, because there were way worse stories they could have told, right, Lisa? All right. So, photo booth will start back up. Bar, dance floor. Let me tell you guys something. Because we're in a community here. Hey, Chad. Thank you. Because we're in a community here with houses all around, we do have to lower the music at 10 p.m. It'll be nice and loud till 10, then it just has to come down a couple decibels at 10. But the dance floor will be good to go till like 11:30, I think. Let's see what else. Anything else, committee? Oh, right, we were going to do other shout-outs. So who else would like to do a shout-out? Come on up. Michelle?
I'm going to wing it.
All right, welcome our Michelle Allen.
Okay, so I had a question for everybody that's here. Did anybody have Mrs. Schoenberger in the science department as a teacher? Okay. Or she.
Definitely.
The female one that left out. Okay, so then my second question was, if you had Mrs. Schoenberger, you all probably heard the rumor that she had a child in the school.
What?
That went to Santa Rita. Well, see, you guessed it. That was going to be my next question. Did anybody know who that was? That was me. And I know there's a few that know that didn't answer because we used her lunchroom for helping coaching. Yep. So I just wanted to say, she said, when I told her, when I talked to my mom and was saying, this was coming up, she said she remembers a lot of folks from all 4 years that I went there. She started there my sophomore year, but she remembered a lot of you and just wanted to say hi that had her class.
All right, we're going to reconvene probably about an hour for 80s music bingo, so you guys have a great time.